Well, now looky here. Another greenhorn pioneer, all set to head out on the trail. Nice to meet you. Hey, you know, there's 4 folks in that covered wagon over there. They're all set to go, but they need one more person to join them. Are you interested? You go on over there now, huh? Talk to them. And there's also quite a few folks that are looking for somebody to organize a wagon party. Would you like to meet them? They're in the hotel right over there. Door's open. Or if you like, I can tell you all about Independence, Missouri, and the Oregon Trail. Well, now, I can see you're a person likes to take your time. You do that. You visit the hotel or the store. The newspaper office is right over there. You mosey around all you want. But remember, it's a long journey. You don't want it too late a starter. You'll end up like that Donner Party. Good luck to you. I hear tell us how the Oregon Territory's plumb full of big fat pigs just running around already cooked. If when you're hungry, you just stick your knife in the side and carves off a juicy hunk. Yeah, you know, if it wasn't for this thing, I'd be going out there to get me a taste. 10 years I've been in Independence. And back then it was just a few log houses and grog shops and general store. Yep, had ourselves a quiet, peaceful little town. Things different now. Seems like a whole world is passing through here on their way out west. I suppose you heard about that Donner Party from a couple years back. Those folks, they had real bad luck. First off, it was late getting going on the trail. Middle of the summer it was. Their wagons, I mean, they were so loaded down, the oxen about busted their guts just pulling them out of town. Sure as eggs is eggs. The Donners got snowbound in the mountains and run out of food. The story around here is that the ones that died ended up getting ate by the ones that lived. Those Whitmans didn't have much luck neither. Oh, there was a nice enough pair, the missionaries there was. Narcissa Whitman. She was the first white woman to make it all the way out west, you know, more than 10 years ago. Well, the Whitmans was trying to convert the Cayuse Indians to their way of thinking, religion-wise. But here's where the bad luck comes in. The Whitmans brought measles with them. Pretty near wiped out the whole village. Now, out of revenge, or maybe just to protect themselves, the Cayuse killed the Whitmans. But you know what? News like that ain't stopping nobody from heading west. The trail's mighty hard on wagons. It's hard on people, too. If when the cholera don't get you, you don't drown in one of them rivers, you might just starve to death. A few years back, 1,000 people left Independence all at once. Called it the Great Migration. Seems like every year now, twice as many folks head west as the year before. Every wagon's loaded down with supplies and filled to the top with dreams. Yeah, the trail's full of wagons and dust. There's tribes of Indians, herds of buffalo, days of heat, nights of cold. Oh, sorry, I got carried away there a bit. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. Like I was saying, there's a wagon party right over there looking for one more person to join them. And there's some folks over in the hotel lobby waiting for somebody to organize a wagon party. You best get going and quit listening to no codger like me. Pick your traveling partners wisely. The trail ain't no place to find out about a person you should have known about before casting your lot with them.
Welcome! You're here to organize a wagon party, aren't you? The guests here have been waiting for someone like you. I've taken the liberty of drawing up a contract. Fill it in with the names of your partners as you choose them. You can talk with them now. My personal opinion? The first requirement of good traveling partners is that they be willing to pull their own weight. Most of our guests are fine, upstanding citizens. A few, however, seem a bit questionable. Like they say, there's no surer way to find out if you like people than to travel with them. Just because someone wants to jump in a covered wagon and head west doesn't mean you should pick them. You need to consider how they can help you get to Oregon. Look, it's like running this hotel. You can't have 10 managers. You need people to carry the bags, cook the food, wash the linens, keep the books, and greet the guests. On the Oregon Trail, you'll also need people who have a mix of skills. I'm not saying traveling the trail requires the same kinds of skills as running a hotel. It's the variety I'm talking about. You might need trading or doctoring skills, or someone who's good with a gun, or folks that know their way through wilderness.
Good afternoon. My name is Patrick Matson. I'm a journalist, and I write for the local paper. You may have seen me around town talking with some of the pioneers preparing for their journey out west. Use a reputable guidebook and stick to the established trails. I think that Lanford W. Hastings should be thrown in jail for advocating that shortcut to California in his guidebook. A shortcut that he himself had never explored. The Donner Party tried Hastings' shortcut, and less than half of them survived. By the time the rest were recovered by search parties, many of them had gone mad. I was a student of the law back east. It can be argued that Lanford W. Hastings is legally liable for what happened to those desperate people trapped in the foothills of the Sierra Nevadas. What a tragedy. Can you imagine what the Donner Party went through? Crossing the grassless salt desert, abandoning their precious animals that one by one dropped from exhaustion and starvation. Finally reaching the Sierras, only to find the passes blocked by snow and impossible to traverse. Being stranded there through the brutal winter, with inadequate shelter and dwindling supplies, watching as members of their party weaken and perish from illness, hunger, and freezing temperatures. Forcing some who remained to resort to cannibalism in order to survive. You know, several years before he wrote that guidebook, Lanford W. Hastings was abducted by a band of Sioux. It's a shame his wagon party didn't simply abandon him then. If his traveling companions had only withheld their ransom and left Lanford W. Hastings to his fate, 42 members of the Donner Party might still be alive today. Goodbye, and good luck with your preparations.
Welcome to Independence. Timothy Saunders, but just call me Tim. You got that look in your eye, heading west, ain't you? Well, what can I do you for? This store's got everything you could possibly need on your trip west. Now, I ain't just saying this to try to line my pockets. You better stock up good before you head out on the trail. It's gonna be a long time before you find any place to buy things. You see, all types heading west. Drifters, families, con men. Don't trust nobody farther than you can throw 'em, I say. You'll go a long way following that advice. One time, I remember it like it was yesterday. A big old mountain of a man come in here. Bought pretty near everything in the store. Said he was going to open up his own trading post a couple of 100 miles west of here. Well, I can't stand around flapping my gums all day. What can I get for you?